Hiya folks, I'm Vance and I'm the 20th, John Paul II. Have you ever gone to a Catholic church and seen this flag at the altar or at the entrance to the church, the chapel, the sanctuary, the cathedral? I'm sure you have. I guess you could say that this flag is like the official flag of the Roman Catholic Church. It's also the flag of the independent state of the Holy See. Absolutely. Now, if I remember my history correctly, please forgive me. My history can be a little foggy sometimes. But I think it was in 1929 when Vatican City became its own independent state or independent country, pretty much independent from the country of Italy, so to speak. Right. And I'm sure some of you have seen the images on this flag and you're pretty much wondering, what do all these images mean? Well, Vance and I, we're going to help you understand what all these symbols mean on the Catholic flag. So basically, like this for example, this is pretty much called the papal tiara, or the triple crown. This is basically worn by popes. Yes, even I have worn this triple crown myself. And basically, all three of these crowns, they represent the three powers that the Pope has. The Father of Kings, the Governor of the world, and the Vicar of Christ. And at the top of the papal tiara is a golden cross, which is supposed to be the symbol of Vatican City. Basically, it's supposed to represent the sovereignty of Christ throughout the world because it's supposed to be mounted on what is supposed to be a globe, pretty much indicating that Jesus rules the world and that basically the Pope is under the authority of Jesus Christ. That basically, that my responsibility as Governor of the world, Father of Kings, and Vicar of Christ, I'm still under the authority of Jesus Christ. I don't do anything without Jesus Christ, without his supreme authority. Absolutely. And these keys, basically, these keys are supposed to represent the keys that Jesus was talking about when he was speaking with St. Peter the Apostle, when he said, "You are Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church. I will give you the keys of heaven. And whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven, and whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven." Which I think is what this red cord is supposed to indicate, as it's tied across the keys, and it's basically, it's binding the keys together, pretty much indicating what Jesus said when he said that whatever Peter would bind on earth, it would be bound in heaven, and whatever he loosed on earth would be loosed in heaven. Notice the color of the keys. One of the keys is gold, and the other is silver. And basically, the color gold is supposed to represent spiritual power, while the silver color represents worldly power. And basically, in heraldic, I hope I pronounced that word right, heraldic terminology, there really is no distinction between gold and yellow, and believe it or not, even silver and white. So basically, the yellow right here and the white right here, they all represent the same thing that the keys represent in regards to color. They represent spiritual power, gold, and worldly power, silver or white. So that's basically what all these symbols and colors on the Vatican flag represent. If you didn't know that before, now you do. And now I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about this? Do you think this is fascinating? I certainly think it's fascinating. And I'm so glad that we had the opportunity to sit down and talk about this. I really hope and pray in the name of Jesus Christ that this has been a very educational video for you, and hopefully you've learned a thing or two about the Roman Catholic faith. I hope so too. I think we should all learn a thing or two about the Roman Catholic faith because even though I'm not Roman Catholic, I hold Roman Catholicism so near and dear to my heart. Oh, that's so sweet of you. As a matter of fact, some of Christianity's most well-known preachers, thinkers, scholars, philosophers, they were of the Roman Catholic faith, especially, in my opinion, the most popular, St. Thomas Aquinas. Oh, you cannot go wrong with St. Thomas Aquinas. Basically, he was a Christian preacher and philosopher who pretty much taught that we can all know that there is a God simply just by looking at the world around us and just using our common sense to realize that there is no way that all of this got here by chance. The trees and the mountains and even us, and how we are so wonderfully formed. Absolutely. 5 little fingers with fingernails. And look at that, such amazing detail. There is no possible way that all this happened by chance. I don't think so. And that's what St. Thomas Aquinas taught. So, even though I'm not Roman Catholic, I really do have a deep love and appreciation for Roman Catholicism. And that is why I am proud to call Pope John Paul II my friend. Oh, and I'm so glad to call you my friend. I am proud. I, Pope John Paul II, am proud to call Vance my friend, even if he's not Roman Catholic. Of course, it shouldn't matter. After all, he is still a brother in Jesus Christ. Right. Just under the Anglican communion, not the Latin communion. No. But still, I love you. I love you too, Pope John Paul II. You're so sweet. A kiss from the Pope. That's a high compliment.